Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 12 of Break It Down. And if I may say so myself, I think this is going to be the best episode yet. Not because we're going to be talking about SummerSlam coming up this upcoming weekend, not because we're going to be talking about Slammiversary. And if you've been keeping up with what I'm just saying, I'm saying we, because this is no longer a solo show, ladies and gentlemen. Break It Down is welcoming on my cousin, Kyle Beede, as my new co-host of Break It Down. This is something that we put together over the last few weeks. We're getting started. Episode number 12, hot start, the GOAT episode. Shout out Tom Brady. Kyle, first and foremost, thank you for joining me on this podcast. Thank you for being my co-host moving forward. Obviously, me and you are on this like a little wrestling journey together. You with AEW kind of jumping into the weeds there, me with New Japan. So two separate things. Now we're joining forces. If you don't mind, I'm done. I'm going to be done talking for a bit. I think the people want to hear from you, who you
I,
are.
I, I think it's fantastic, man. I think the Texas Death Match bathed me and baptized me into AEW, and so that was fantastic. Broke you out of your shell, out of this box, and getting you back into events. Yeah, no, man, I love it, man. I'm pumped to be here. Thank you for offering me to co-host with you. So yeah, I mean, obviously we're cousins, so we're family, so we have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of inter-family knowledge. I've
Absolutely, we do.
attitude era baby, right? So
We
I,
kind
I
of we kind of cross generations a little bit. You got more of the attitude. I got more of the modern era.
yeah, like the ruthless aggression, moving forward. For me, for attitude era, grew up wrestling with my little brother, and I actually there was a ban on WWF, WWE in my house because I almost paralyzed my brother with a stunner in a bedroom brawl.
And people
And
that say the
so
stunner isn't a legit finisher, talk
yeah,
to
well, when
you.
you don't know how to properly execute it, that's why they
Mm-hmm.
say do not do this at home. But no, I grew up trying to always watch wrestling, going to events, and so I
How many
kind of
events have
have
you gone to, do you think?
more than I forget. Like my parents were like,
Mm.
"Remember we went to this?" And I have ticket stubs, which is great. So
To
my
prove
parents
you were
used to
there.
DCU Center, aka the Centrum Center, used to be a hotbed for Attitude Era when they were in just kind of that northwest swing, northeast swing. I mean, excuse me. So it's been really fun to kind of I've been to a lot. I wouldn't say I've been to an impressive number, but I've been to some impressive matches.
Yeah.
But what brought me back into it was WrestleMania 38, taking my son who was 2 at the time to see Stone Cold Kevin Owens, and that kind of was like, oh, I should kind of watch this again.
Yeah.
I was watching, and then Braxton recently just got back into it at about four and a half, five, which is a little too young, but he naturally came by it,
It
and
is
he
what
loves
it's
it.
in our
So
blood. It's in our
it's
blood.
tapped in, man.
Yeah.
We're all tapped in. So it's been fun. So it's been cool to kind of watch your podcast and your reviews along the way. Kev kept me informed, and now with Braxton's love for it, it's been great to get back into it and follow these storylines.
Yeah, that's what I think will be fun. It's just us kind of meshing our different you know, when we grew up watching wrestling, like you grew up watching it when it was a lot more violent and it was a lot more like, attitude era stuff. And I grew up in the PG era. And now where we're at in wrestling is a very interesting time because now it's not just WWE. Now we have other companies to focus on, other companies to cover, and other stories to dive into, and a lot to learn as well. As like I mentioned earlier, with like New Japan, that's a whole nother world I didn't even know of. You're starting to dive into AEW, and it's a wonderful thing to see, Kyle. It really is.
I don't even know how I would watch New Japan Wrestling with a 6-year-old. I wake up and I'm like, oh,
That
Dante just finished a stream. And
uh-huh.
I'm worried that my 6-year-old has woken up at 5:30 in the morning. And I'm like, oh, Dante just finished.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. It's impressive how
It's
much
a it's
wrestling
a
you put
commitment.
into it, man.
It's a commitment. It really is. But you know what? It's wrestling is great. You can find great wrestling all
Facts.
around the world. It doesn't just revolve around one company. It's all over. You just gotta look for it and you gotta appreciate it.
That's
But
the sign at my next event. Wrestling is great.
wrestling is great. Just wrestling is fun, guys. You just got to enjoy it. But we are going to focus on one specific company, though, to start off, because we do have SummerSlam coming up this weekend, the first ever two-night SummerSlam. So they're really catering to this as their second biggest event of the year behind WrestleMania adding the second night. It is in New Jersey. I will not be there. I have been seeing people comment, tweet at me. I'm not going to be there. I'm dog sitting this weekend, guys. All right. And the drive to New Jersey, no offense to Jersey, but I don't know if I want to be there for a whole weekend. But anyways, let's jump into night one of SummerSlam. So we have 12 matches announced. There's one match that isn't officially on a night, but there's 6 matches on night one. I'm going to have to assume the other one's on night 2. So for night one, and we'll start from the top going down. I'm on Wikipedia right now, Kyle, if you wanted to keep track. I know you have your notes, so you're much more prepared than I am right now. We will start with Tiffany Stratton defending her women's championship against Jade Cargill. Kyle, what are your initial thoughts on just like the build, the story itself? Jade Cargill won Queen of the Ring, so she earned this match, this title opportunity. Tiffany, I think, just surpassed 200 days as women's champion, so she's had the belt for a little bit. I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are, because I think I have a good prediction on what is going to happen this weekend.
Yeah, I will say this. I've been impressed with how the crowd reaction for Jade Cargill has continued to just
Yep.
build and build.
Mhm.
So to see her rise has been fantastic. I think Tiffy time has had her moment, and I think it's been well deserved, and it's been fun to watch. So I mean, her events are a blast. I'm a big Tiffy time fan, but I think it's time. I think it's time for Jade
Mhm.
Cargill. I really do. I think she's going to bring it to another level, and that's what I think happens at SummerSlam.
And I'm actually kind of surprised at the direction that this went down, because before Evolution, I was in the camp of, oh, Naomi's going to come in with that Money in the Bank and is going to cost Jade, or going to beat Jade for the belt if she wins it, whatever. I thought that was going to be tied together. But now that it's just one-on-one, I think Tiffany has had a good run. I do think she's uber popular with the crowd. They love her, but I'm going to say it. I can't stand Tiffy time because she spams it all the time. I feel like in every promo she does, it's, what time is it? Oh, no, what
She
time
gets
is
the
it
call
now?
back.
Oh, what time is it? She gets it. The crowd loves it. So I'll give it to them. But I do think it is time to crown a new champion. She had her run, good run. Jade Cargill, though, since WWE brought her in, you knew they were going to push her. They had big plans for her. Won the Queen of the Ring. SummerSlam, second biggest event of the year. I think this is her crowning moment. And honestly, I think she deserves it. She's improved in the ring. She's a great character. The crowd gets behind her. So you reward someone like that. So I think she'll get the win as well. So we are both on the Jade train, Kyle, this SummerSlam, Sunday.
Agreed.
All right. Next up, we have I have a few things I want to say about this. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I want to say
Match
something
of the night.
Kyle, I just want to clarify something very quickly before we get into this. I have voiced my displeasure over this match on social media. We're here on Twitter.
We've spoken about it.
We've spoken about it. I just want to say I don't have an issue with the Jelly Roll being in WWE celebrity match. Since WWE has been around, there is celebrity. I think the main event of WrestleMania 1 had celebrity appearances in it. You know what I mean? There's always been celebrity appearances. There will always be celebrity appearances in matches. It's just the nature of sports entertainment. I don't have an issue with Jelly Roll. In fact, I actually respect him for putting in the time that he has to prepare for this match, losing the weight that he has. He moved closer to the Performance Center, been training with Fatu, Kevin Owens, been getting tips from The Undertaker, Michelle McCool. I respect the hell out of that. What I hate, what I really hate, is that WWE is putting him in a match with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Logan Paul, like whatever. I think they should have just done Jelly Roll Logan Paul. I just have an issue with your two biggest guys, Drew McIntyre, who it baffles me why they treat him the way that they do. He had literally the best 2024, has been one of the top guys for years. And he's in a tag team match against Jelly Roll. I just think that those two guys, Orton and McIntyre, are too big. They're too good to be in this program. That's the issue I have with it. Do I think the match is going to suck? No, I don't think it's going to be the worst thing I'm going to ever watch, but I am going to be upset when I see Jelly Roll fucking maybe pin Drew McIntyre. If I see that, I'm fucking losing my mind. My prediction, Kyle, honestly,
Oh,
is
I had to that image still in all this time, that image has never crossed my mind. So
it
I
could
had to
happen.
picture Jelly Roll laying atop of Drew
It
McIntyre.
could very well so happen. And you know what? If that happens, we're gonna have a deep conversation next week. But for the sake of it, I'm gonna say Randy Orton and Jelly Roll win because the celebrity gets the win. I just hope Jelly Roll isn't the one pinning whoever loses. Just have Randy pin Logan or Drew and be done with it.
You know,
That's it.
I actually think it's Jelly Roll who pins Logan, and I think that does happen. So I
And
do think
that
Jelly
would
Roll
be
gets the pin.
and that's 10 a million times better than him pinning Drew.
And here's my thing is I agree Jelly Roll is a weird choice, but here's how low Travis Scott has taken
Oh,
celebrity appearances
that
that
name.
and Jelly Roll has put in such great work, and he took a great bump with Logan this past week, and I was like, you know what? This might be entertaining.
And they
I
did the late night
think,
show skit where I thought that was pretty entertaining, bringing it to a
yeah.
late night show.
And so I think Jelly Roll surprises people. I think it's more impressive than we think, but I do think it's how low Travis Scott has brought celebrity appearances.
Hmm.
And maybe that's why Drew's attached to this. Is he hated Travis Scott's
He did
appearance
say
so
everything he
bad
did on Logan Paul's
that he was like, "Hey,
podcast.
if we're bringing a celebrity in, I'm a part of this because I'm not letting it turn into this clown show."
He's gonna.
And maybe,
I
but
bet you, Jelly Roll is gonna get a few good hits in on him.
I think so.
I'd
And he's earned
imagine.
it. If he's been training the way he said he's been training, which why would he lie? I
Right.
think he I think he earns to get a few good bumps in
Yeah.
and
Hundred
show that
percent.
it's not a show. It's not just for whatever. So
And
I think that show impresses us, but at the end of the day, it didn't need to be Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre.
I think you just could have done that match one on one. They did it at Saturday Night Main Event, and it's like you could have just stretched that story out and whatever. But you brought up Travis Scott. I don't want to segue too much, but like one thing I did have written down here was that there was a falling out between Travis Scott and WWE over.
Why shouldn't there have been? He
Thank God
botches
that.
the eardrum.
Well, thank God they didn't have him come in for any important storylines or anything like that because that
Oh,
would have been
you
terrible.
got to believe that there were important storylines.
Dude, it's just, I'm so happy this just bit them in the ass because John Cena winning the 17th championship and everything, like it was there for them, right? It was on a golden platter, but they just did it in the stupidest way possible. And now, anytime you see John Cena's heel turn or him winning a 17th championship,
But
fucking, they have to do some heavy editing to get Travis Scott out of those videos. He was involved in the two biggest stories in modern history, I would say. It's
yeah,
John Cena breaking the record and turning heel
for no reason.
for no reason. And
And there was
yeah,
at no time, and I live in Houston now. There was at no point where everyone was like, "This was needed.
we want this. No
We
one
needed
asked
this.
for it.
This is what we needed."
No one
It
fucking
was
wanted
Travis
it.
Scott. So I
So
mean, it's interesting.
it's interesting, and I'm glad that there was a falling out, and I hope it stays that way. Truly. All right, let's move on from that. I don't want to get too riled up. You said Travis Scott, and I just got like PTSD flash in
Well,
my
and I was
fucking
at
brain.
WrestleMania, so I mean,
Yeah, you saw it live.
what Drew said was 100% right. Like it sucked the energy. We were like, "What are you? Is more coming? Are you
Mhm.
walking so slow because the real pop
The
is the
Rock's
Rock?
coming in after
Like
him, and
what's
then
happening here?" And it just
yeah,
blue
yeah.
balled everyone, and then
And
we
then
had to
there's
get back. We missed whatever happened in the ring at that point. So,
and then there's reports that The Rock, there's no internal discussions of him coming back, and also keep
oh,
it
but he
that
was
way.
never not
He
to.
was
And I'll
never.
take us on the tangent. He was never scheduled to be there. Oh, all right, whatever.
Let's go. Dude, it's all bullshit.
Yeah,
It's all bullshit,
it's
bro.
all work,
He said
bro.
they called me in because they need to get ticket sales for Elimination Chamber. His timelines are so fucked because when he said they called him in, they were like 500 tickets away from selling out. They didn't need you, bro. They didn't need you for those extra 500 tickets. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about the tag team championship, the women's tag team championship, excuse me. We have the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte and Alexa. They've been doing their new team over on SmackDown. I don't know if you've been following their story too much, but just kind of, two somewhat enemies now friends. Charlotte Flair is getting a good reaction from the crowd now, so I think that's the best thing coming out of this. But if I can give my predictions, I think the Judgment Day retain here. I just think the Judgment Day WWE is going to keep them strong until Liv Morgan comes back. They have every single one of them has a belt. The women's tag team championships, the men's tag team championships on Raw. Dom has the IC belt and potentially a AAA championship at some point. I think that they're going to keep it on them to keep them strong. But Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, I think it'll be a good match. But I don't know if they're going to put the belts on them yet, at least.
Yeah, I think it's a rush with Liv Morgan being out and injured. I think it's just a rushed kind of storyline for me. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't quite dived into it too much, but I don't feel that they would do a transfer of titles without the main player. But
And
Roxanne Perez has stepped in. Reality of Wrestling, Houston local, has stepped
mhm.
in and done a great job. I'm impressed with her. We
She's
were at Monday
insane,
Night
bro.
Raw. She's great. And this isn't
23, 23 years
she's
old.
23, and I didn't realize
23.
how tiny she is. She flies. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
moving when she's in there. She does great work and handles herself in there like impressively.
Yep.
She's going to be in there for a long time, and so I'm really excited to watch her. I'm excited to see her out of the I think she gets out of the Judgment Day sooner than most.
I think once Liv comes back and they can kind of continue with that direction, I think she's been a great placeholder. I think, and
100%.
also right now, I think this is like one of the best times for the women's tag team championships. Like, I actually can't remember. This is the first time they're being defended at SummerSlam, first and foremost. They've been around for 5+ years. There's been an actual focus and emphasis on these belts. And I've been very impressed with how WWE has been treating these championships. And I don't think you change anything up. I think you keep it on the Judgment Day. I mentioned it earlier, but not because Charlotte and Alexa aren't great. I just think the story's good right now. Don't mess it up. Keep it going, and then naturally, if it comes to an end before Liv comes back, it does. But for now, keep the train rolling, and we will keep the train rolling to a match that this is tough for me, Kyle, because I'm a Karrion Kross fan. Okay, I like the guy. Not a lot of people on the internet don't. People have their opinions on him. I think he's a fine wrestler. I think he's a great character. But as much as I've been supporting him, I do think that we have gotten to a point where we are just seeing repetition, and it feels like now he is being forced down our throats with another match against Sami Zayn. I don't know how many times now they fought, but it's been a lot. They've been fighting on paper, Saudi Arabia shows, Raws, everything, and they've had good matches. But like, we've seen this already. I'm all for Karrion Kross being on your second biggest event, but like this match, I'm not super interested in. I think Sami Zayn's going to get it because just because. So yeah, I really don't have many thoughts on this match personally. I don't know what you have to say, but
I think Karrion Kross is over right now, and I think he defeats Sami Zayn.
but
I
you
think
know,
Sami
it's
Zayn will
funny
put
you
his
say that.
body
It's funny you say that. What was the reaction to him in Houston
big
last
pop,
week? Big pop.
big
See,
pop.
that's the thing, bro, is the internet wrestling community isn't real. The internet isn't real, bro, when it comes to reactions for wrestling, because it is just people online. You would think the way they talk about guys like Jey Uso is another good example, and Karrion Kross, you'd think, oh, let me go watch them on TV and like see how bad it is. Then you see them on TV, you're in the live audience, and they get the biggest pops of the night. It's unbelievable how
Well,
night and day it is.
TikTok trends, one week you're over and one week you're going, and then the next week.
Fickle.
So
It's
everyone's
fickle.
fickle now.
Hmm.
But I think Karrion Kross deserves it. He's been putting in the work post WrestleMania. I really
Hmm.
think he's been on a steady incline. And Sami Zayn is the perfect crash test dummy to put his body through hell to get someone over and to be that guy. I think Karrion Kross gets over, and that match might have the most oohs and ahs with
Mm.
Sami Zayn getting thrown around.
Hey, I like the take because I'm all for Karrion Kross winning. I just have a feeling that in a big event like this, Sami Zayn I feel like he hasn't gotten a big win in a bit. I just think Karrion Kross also, I don't like looking into, oh, this is what's going on in real life, but apparently there's contract stuff going on and he hasn't signed anything. So that also makes me think that like
Um,
they don't put him over, but that's stuff that like doesn't apply to the product. So it's who knows?
Sure.
Who knows what's real and what's fake when it comes to that. So the last two matches on night one, Kyle, before we get into night two, there's this tag team match is being promoted as the main event, and in my opinion, it shouldn't. It's a big storyline, but I don't think this should main event. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso taking on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Now, this was the direction. This was the direction. I understand it, but it is pretty crazy that Roman Reigns is back, and even Jey Uso, being as popular as he is, not having their own individual matches. I would have imagined Roman Reigns having a one-on-one match at the same time. Well, actually, no. I was going to say Seth Rollins being in the mix could have changed things, but I think him and LA Knight were supposed to have a match, so I don't think that would have applied here. I think that this match will be really fun. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm just more talking about I'm surprised that this is the match that we're getting. Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker, I think we're going to get that eventually. That's a huge money match. That could be a passing of the torch match potentially down the line. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso probably going to get the biggest pops of the night. I can see them losing to Braun and Bronson Reed, but Roman Reigns' first match back, I think he has to go over, in my opinion. So I'm going to pick those two.
And this isn't the match that was planned.
No,
it's not.
No, it shouldn't. There's no way.
Because Seth Rollins is out. And if that's a weak storyline, and no one come at me with, we're not using it. That was you totally screwed LA Knight, and that match was totally flubbed. For a work. Stop it. LA Knight, would have worked Seth's leg, and it would have been part of a storyline. Yeah. So if he comes back at SummerSlam and cashes in after this match or something, then I'm done with it for a few weeks, because it's just that shouldn't have been the storyline.
Sure.
And that to me is a weak storyline. So Roman Reigns and Jey Uso win, because I just don't think that you bring Roman Reigns back
for him to
have him lose. Just doesn't make sense.
He also just lost at WrestleMania too, so like there's no way he loses 2 straight pay-per-views like that.
Shot. Good point. Great point. And there has to be conflict after, right? So if this is because Seth Rollins is out, there has to be conflict that breaks apart Roman and Jey, similar to Becky Lynch and Lyra. Yep. There's got to be something that splits them apart the next night or something, because Jey doesn't need to be in a tag. He doesn't need to be apart with Roman at any point right now.
Absolutely.
So there's got to be something that splits them up.
And two, I will say, if this is the main event, which again, it's being promoted as it, we have one more match we're talking about.
Yeah, the main event's the final match. Stop with this. I will agree that they're not pay-per-views anymore, because I'm not ordering them through pay-per-view. I will give you PLE. Do not take away my main event. The main event's the final match.
Dude, Kyle, I just say main event and night one. The ultimate main event is always night. You don't understand how badly I got bashed for this on Twitter like a year ago. We put out a fucking clip about how it's a 2-day event now, right? But the main event is the last match of the show. It's WrestleMania is the show. SummerSlam is the show. The last match of the show.
There's an ultimate main event. It's
John Cena and Cody Rhodes is the main event of SummerSlam. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso is closing out night one. That leads you into night two, which is the main event.
What's on the chairs? What's on the chairs, Dante? When they give you a chair at ringside, what's on the chair?
The main event.
So there's two chairs, right? Night one, night two. They give you 2 chairs.
That's true. They give you 2 chairs.
Give me who's on. So you know what? If Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are on the chair, fine. We'll give you the main event. If it's Gunther and CM Punk on that damn chair, it's the main event.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. The only way, maybe not the only way, but what could happen if Roman and Jey lose, maybe there's another member of this faction that comes in and costs them and joins Bronson, Braun, and Seth. There's no it's all speculation of if there's going to be another member added.
Do you remember, when did I text you that one time where Sammy lined up weird?
I think that was post-Mania. I think that was the night
post-Mania.
Mania.
There was a weird stance there, but I couldn't imagine after a Karrion Kross match.
Sammy's going to be doing all that.
Because I do believe that his body goes through hell. that Sami Zayn comes in and tries to break up the
I
bloodline.
think at this point, bro, like I think Sammy's story is going after a world championship next year because
Agreed.
Karrion Kross keeps telling him he's not going to win a world championship. He's not going to be a world champion. So I think that's just
Building to
planning
that.
this. Yeah, 100%. But if a third member comes in, if they add another member, if this is the main event, I can see someone coming in at the end, costing it. That's the way to close out the show. So we'll see. I still have Roman J. You also have Roman J. It's just tough seeing Roman lose two big pay-per-views in a row. Not would be very weird to see. But the last match we have from night one is Gunther versus CM Punk, what we just alluded to, for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to happen because we also mentioned Seth earlier, and I I have a feeling he's gonna be involved somehow. Not with the I'm not saying this match, but I have a feeling that the knee injury isn't as legit as they're making it seem. They really haven't talked about it on television like WWE. He said in like his own interviews that like he'll be out, whatever, but they've never really like confirmed torn ACL out for this long, whatever. I think they're playing it like he's going to be out for a while and he's going to show up and it's going to be a shocking thing. Now, I don't think that should happen this match because I honestly think Gunther should just beat CM Punk. I'm sorry to all the CM Punk fans that want to see him win a world championship. I want to see him win a world championship too, believe me. But after the wrongs that they put, what the hell that they put Gunther through over the last few months between losing the World Heavyweight Championship when he shouldn't have, and I will die on that hill. Good for Jey Uso, nothing against him, but he should have never lost the World Heavyweight Championship. He should have never had a match against Pat McAfee. That was just dumb. You shouldn't have had him to have a retirement match against Goldberg with the belt on the line. They give him the belt back, which is great, but like for no good reason. They let this guy, please, for the love of God, let him have a good long reign because the first reign you gave him was ass, not ass, but it wasn't great, not up to his expectations to where it should be. I want him to beat CM Punk clean. I want him to choke out CM Punk, give CM Punk a new character arc of having to climb back up to get a world championship. Have that be a part of him and Seth's thing of like Seth rubbing it in his face that he can't win a world championship. I think you can. CM Punk is CM Punk. He doesn't need a championship. I do think he will win a world championship one day before he does officially walk away. But I don't think this is the time for him to win. I think Gunther needs to continue the world championship reign. He just won the belt back. He can't. I honestly would be upset if Gunther lost. He needs to win.
You know, for me, it's an interesting take. I think CM Punk wins. I think it's the storyline that they've been alluding to. I don't think he should win.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's give the wrestling community what they want, and I think it is a disservice to Gunther. But I think the title's moving around too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think because then Seth comes back and cashes it in. So
Sure.
if it does move, it's going to move
Yeah,
and then
you'd
move
think
again.
if CM Punk wins it, Seth Rollins is going to get involved in that picture because of their feud.
Right. So that's why I think CM Punk wins it. It then sets up for the return. I don't know. I'm a Jey Uso fan because my 6-year-old's a Jey Uso fan. Because your 6-year-old's a Jey Uso fan. Not yours, Dante. You don't have a 6-year-old.
Not yet.
I'm meaning everyone at
I
home.
know of.
That's why we're all Jey Uso fans.
Yeah.
I love to eat, yeet. He loves to yeet. When I yeet, you yeet. We eat.
We all eat.
Wow, say that 5 times fast. So yeah, I mean, Jay shouldn't have won. It wasn't the time, and it's funny. I met Rikishi at a WrestleMania brunch, and he alluded to Jey Uso losing. I said, it was funny. He talked to Chelsea Green in the corner, and Chelsea Green left crying, like not like sad crying,
Yeah.
but like he imparted some emotional like wisdom, and she was
Sure. Yeah.
And so Rikishi came to all of our tables, kind of like a Disney dining experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a Too Cool shirt on. And I was like, would you sign my Too Cool shirt? And he said, I can't sign anything, but if you come over to my table, I'll sign. Like, I'll do you a solid. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
So I went over there and I was just saying, my son's a big Jay fan. And he's like, I think if they treat him right and they don't dick him around in the politics, I think he'll be a good champion. And I was
Mm.
like, Jay's losing quick. I went back
Yeah,
to my wife and I said, I think Jay isn't a title holder for a long time.
no, that was my thought process too. I was like, you get the pop, you sell the merchandise, you
Yep.
get you
And it
do
could
what you
have
got to
gone
do.
longer. They
It
could
could
have
have.
given Jay Uso a longer title hold.
And that's where I'm not upset at him. Like he was in the right place, right time. They gave him the push and everything like that, and like he's uber popular. I thought it was going to go until SummerSlam,
I do
but they
too.
did not give him a good story. I mean, he immediately went to a feud with Logan Paul. He was in a tag team match 2 dates before he lost the belt. Like
Right.
they didn't do anything to help him. So that's not on him at all. That's on WWE and their shitty writing. But okay. So that's night one. Those are 6 matches. We'll jump into the night two, 6 other matches. And we're going to start off with the 6-team TLC match that got announced on SmackDown 2 nights ago for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Now, we have the Wyatt Six, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy going up against Andrade and Ray Phoenix. I'm still confused, not confused, but like those two being together is just weird. DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. I don't have a prediction. What I will say is and I mean this with every fiber of my being, if they allow them to, I'm saying if WWE allows them and gives them enough time, I'm saying 20 to 30 minutes, there's 6 teams, all right? They could put on one of the craziest and honestly most memorable matches in like recent history. In a situation like this, I'm also a big TLC guy, ladders match, all types of shit like that. I love. But
100%.
you put these 6 teams together, they had a triple threat TLC match the night before WrestleMania, and it was their first 5-star match, one of their only 5-star matches in like the last few years, besides CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Let these guys cook. This could be the match of the weekend. I swear to God. I don't honestly. I don't care who wins. I don't think the Wyatt Six are going to defend the championships. The odds are stacked against them. I can give you some Steiner math, but right now I don't know if I have the exact percentages in my head. But I think it's just going to be a potential match of the year.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? That's
I
it.
agree. In table ladder TLC matches, I don't really care the winner. I care about a show.
Yes,
Just
100%.
give me a show.
I just want
At
everyone to
this
have fun.
point,
Everyone have a
the
good time.
100%. At this point, the titles escape my mind. I just want to have the oh my God, is that going to happen moment.
Yep.
Is that like just that my clench my fist and I go ooh, like just he's at the top of the ladder. And so give me a good show. And I think the Wyatt Six are going to put on a good show. I think
Yep.
Dexter Loomis is going to be fantastic in this match.
Yeah, I think
I
there'll be
think the Street
some sneaky good spots from people that we
absolutely.
aren't going to expect them from.
So I don't know. I think maybe the Street. I don't know. That's the thing is there's so many good options in this match. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
can't
I
you
don't want
can't
to.
go
I don't
wrong
even
with
want to
any of
put one
them.
in there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of them. I think for our predictions, if we make like a match card for both of us, it's just going to be that our prediction is everyone has fun and it is a fantastic fucking match.
Give me
That's
the
all
Street
we.
Profits. Just because they're going to say you were scared to make a pick. The
All right,
Street Profits.
all right.
Fine.
I'll pick Fraxium, hot
Okay.
young team that just got brought up. I think this would be a good place for them to win it. I'll pick them for the sake of it. Next match, we have Dominic Mysterio finally defending his
He's
Intercontinental
cleared.
Championship. He's cleared. The AJ Styles prayers have been answered. That meme of him, the memes of him over the last few weeks have been awesome. But the one where he's down on his knees praying to God, it reminded me of Spider-Man 3 when what's his name Venom was praying for Tobey Maguire to be killed in church. It's a crazy thing to be praying for. But I this I'm kind of going back to what we were saying about the Judgment Day. Is they're keeping him strong right now. Dominic, I think, is doing, even though they're doing, hey, he was injured and whatever, I think he has been good with the belt besides all of that. He showed up in AAA the other night. And I don't know if you saw the video of him when he attacked who was the champion in AAA and took off the mask and he held up the Intercontinental and AAA championship.
I
This
did
dude
not.
is so over. Like we'll watch the clip after this.
Let's do it.
This dude, if they pull the trigger on him, like winning the AAA championship, because they're doing an event. It might be SummerSlam weekend. I could be wrong, but they're doing a AAA event. It's El Grande Americano, which is Ludwig Kaiser now, Dominic, the champion. Hold on, let me look
Which
up this.
can I say?
You put
Ludwig
it, yeah.
has been a
You
better
talk, please.
Ludwig has been a better El Grande Americano than not Chad Gable.
I'll tell you what, he's committing to the bit really
He sure
well.
is.
He's committing to the bit
He's
very well.
I think he's a better El Grande, and I come at me for that. If we're going to have to argue on that, fine. But I think plenty of backing on that. I think there's enough support to say.
So he was at that same show. I think he had a match, and he was like, he did like a whole promo, or he sang in Spanish or something like that. Like he's taking it to another level, and they're going to do a El Grande Americano.
And I kind of always thought they were going to do a face swap, a body swap, and it wasn't even because of Chad's injury. I just always thought it
was going to happen.
It's going to become so obvious, and it did when there was a tattoo slip. But there was going to be a time that they were going to have to say, like, oh, it's never been. What are you talking about?
They had El Grande wore Chad Gable, his boots. It had CG on it.
Yeah.
Chad Gable.
I forgot his stuff. Chad's just a nice guy, Dante.
Yeah, they covered it.
Whatever. You don't know how good Chad is.
They're all friends backstage. They help a brother out when they need it. But this match I was talking about,
fraternity.
It's a brotherhood that we don't know anything about.
You wouldn't know anything about it to even comment on it.
Exactly. Triple Mania 33, I believe it is. It's August 16th. Dragon Lee versus Vikingo, who is the AAA champion. Dominic Mysterio, El Grande Americano, fatal four-way match. I think
Where is that match being held?
I think it's in Mexico. I think it's...
Dante, we don't need to, not to take us down a path, but we have a cousin who's playing baseball in Mexico.
We do. Well, you have a brother that's playing in Mexico.
You have a cousin. I have a brother. Maybe, do we need to find our way to Mexico? You don't know. Have you put the work in? Have you put
next match we
Taylor
have here.
editing?
The headphones are in. I do not have my passport. We would have to We'd have to
be doing some expedited. You did not start post Canada. I mean post All In.
Nothing. We're recording. I did. Taylor actually came in. She thought I needed her. Sorry. We were talking about passports and everything. You're good. Bye. Anyways, I think Dominic Mysterio is going to be a double champ. I think he's going to hold on to the Intercontinental and AAA championship. Just watch the video after this.
Okay.
The pop he got, bro, insane. It was actually insane. I think they're going to ride the train there, have him be 2-belt Dom. And I love AJ, but I don't know. Dominic's good right now, so keep it on him.
Now, knowing nothing about that, does him having multiple belts for multiple promotions feel like it's a storyline reminiscent of any other promotions that we recently know? But I want you to ponder that thought while I say I do think Dominic Mysterio wins against AJ Styles. So if he's a multiple belt champion, is that an angle reminiscent of anything else you can think of? And I haven't seen the video. I know nothing of it.
It's just with their involvement with AAA now, them purchasing AAA, I think Los Garzas or whatever. No, I may have got the team name wrong. Garza and Berto on SmackDown are the AAA tag team champions, and they're actually doing a open challenge on Friday for those belts on WWE television.
Gotcha. So they're now we have fully just completely merged,
and
belts are coming everywhere.
I am not going to be a hypocrite because I have many times in the past complained about how AEW brings in all these championships from other promotions, and it's too much. It's so confusing. Like they do it with Ring of Honor. Dustin Rhodes he has 3 belts. He has a TNT championship, the ROH tag team, and then triple tag team champion. Right. It gets too confusing, and I don't want WWE to get to that point. They haven't the tag team is the only team that has actually one belt, so they haven't really dove into it yet. But if Dominic does win this, I have a feeling that we're really going to see a lot of cross promotion and a lot of
But we need more belts to sell for $800, Dante.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Where are we going to get more revenue?
I will say the AAA World Championship isn't a bad looking belt. The tag team championships, I think I don't think those are good looking belts, but yeah, it's all money at the end of the day, Kyle. They're going to be selling those AAA championships one way or another.
Oh, and
But
suckers will buy them. I don't know who
100%.
buys any
Oh
of
my
these
God.
belts. Suckers,
Yeah.
suckers will buy them, dude. What do you mean? How much? I mean,
How
yeah,
much you
no,
say?
it's
How much
something.
is
We'll buy it.
those
You've put it
damn
out there.
suckers?
So yeah, no, I get it. I totally understand. But
I was
if
looking
we're
at
gonna just fully merge the belts, I guess fine. It just seems, I don't know. It just seems
it's
like
it doesn't seem natural. It's just
there's another
weird.
promotion already doing that. Everyone has 4 belts, 5 belts.
Hmm.
I just liked there
It's just
being,
WWE. You
yeah,
just need the WWE belts. No,
I
I'm
don't know.
with you,
That's
and that's
me.
why I'm not going to be a hypocrite in saying like I am. Like it would be sick Dominic winning that belt and doing his thing at AAA,
Now
but like
rubbing it in people's faces,
it's
100%.
if you do it the
Pulling
right
it up.
way. If you do it the right way and you're not shoving it down people's throats or forcing it, I think you can
Right.
make it work. But next match we have for the United States Championship in a steel cage match: Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa beat Jacob for the belt recently, so he's been holding the belt. I think he's been champ for like a month now or something like that. Steel cage match, so obviously this is to keep his family out of the mix, but we know the bloodline is they're going to get involved somehow.
No.
I know it's
Do you
crazy.
think there going to be some sort of interruption?
After 5 years of them doing this story, I think they're finally going to do interference. Yeah, they've been building up to it. I think this is the time. But no, I'll say this: I'm a huge Jacob Fatu fan. I think he's uber talented. I think he's great on the mic. I think he's a great character, and I think that he is going to be a big time player for the foreseeable future in WWE. Sol Sikoa has been doing great work too. And I was never a big like on the Sikoa train, but when they give him a story or a direction that actually works for him and he's not like Roman Reigns' bodyguard, the next tribal chief, like those were stories that I feel like he was forced into and I just don't think naturally felt right. I think towards the tail end of it, he grew into it and I think he deserves a lot of credit for it. But now that he's in this kind of mid-card feuding within his family and like he's not a comedy act, but like he's more personal. He's talking on the mic, he's funny. He has like a character. This is the Solo Sikoa I want to see and I'm happy that we're getting this. I want him to keep this US reign going because he just won it. He's never won a main roster title before this one, so I think give him a little bit of a run. I think you could tell a good story with his family and stuff, and Jacob will be fine. He's already won the belt. He won it at Mania. I said he's going to be good. He's going to be a big time player for a while, so he'll be just fine. I think Sikoa needs this win honestly more than Jacob does.
I agree. I think returning it back to sender makes no sense. So if Jacob wins, there's no movement. There's no. So I think Solo wins for sure.
Yep.
I think Jacob has. I think he's already won over the crowd. I think
Yeah.
there's. I think
100%.
I think I think everyone loves that. I think there's going to be a great show. I think Solo has the mic skills Jey Uso needs to have to
I
be the
think
champion.
Solo Sikoa,
And
bro.
kick
Like
me if you think I'm wrong, but Solo on the mic now is so much better. He's totally got it locked in. I think this is who he needs to be, and he's where he needs to be, which is why he's winning and retaining. But
nah.
I think it'll be Solo's time to put somebody else over with that title soon. But I think because I think Solo's on a trajectory for another championship.
Yeah, nah, I think that is a great take because Jey Uso, he's not he's not a bad promo guy, but he is a catchphrase merchant,
It's
1000%.
not a bad promo, but
It's not a bad promo, but it's
it's
the
not a
same thing every
good
time.
pro. Like there was one where he got emotional, and everyone was like, "That's what I want," and I was like,
Hmm.
"Yeah, that moved me
100%.
because I could feel it meant something." But you don't have to get on the mic and cry every time. That's not what I'm
Hmm.
looking for. But
Yeah.
what I am looking for is to invite me in and like get me be like, "Ooh," like give me that football pregame.
You can only get
Get
me
me like, "Ooh,
hyped.
okay, where are we going?"
You can only get me hyped up with so many yeets and four letters, one word. It's that stuff is good, but you need to give me something else to go with it. I feel like every promo of his is maybe not everyone, but it's like repetitive. It's just copy and paste, maybe change up a few things. it doesn't move me like you
We
said.
we went to Braxton. Braxton's first Raw was December 31st before last USA Network.
Yep.
And that was my first time seeing his entrance. And like the Toyota Center imploded. Like I
Yep.
had never seen waves and just waves of people. I was like, "Oh, I'm now interested."
Yep.
Like
It's a great visual.
everyone's bought in. It's a great visual.
Uh-huh.
But he has just never really cut the promo that has made me be like, "Fuck yeah."
And I don't think he's also had a match that has matched his entrance that feel. I want to clarify
That's you know what
something.
that's actually not a bad take.
I'm not saying he's
And
a bad wrestler. I'm not saying he has not had great matches. That's not what I'm saying. But I think his popularity will always be ahead of his in-ring work and mic skills.
the entrance
That's
is a
what
big pop.
people are going to remember the most from Jey
Yeah.
Uso. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because we can, if we had time, we could list off a bunch of other wrestlers that I think we could put into that criteria, and they are some of the best. There's nothing wrong with it. But I just think he is the character. He gets the big pops, and that's fucking awesome. It makes the money. It sells the merch, and that's what gets you to win a
Makes
world
my wife
championship
tear
at
up when he pulls
WrestleMania.
a kid from the side and
Yeah,
yeets from section
it's
220.
it's about the kids. He's
Yeah.
the new.
He's great with the kids.
He's like John Cena-esque as far as how he deals with the kids and how the kids gravitate towards him. So love Jey Uso. That's just our thoughts there. All right, moving on from the bloodline, because we spent a lot of time on them. Becky Lynch defending her Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria in a no disqualification, no countout last chance match. So if Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lynch is champion. In my personal opinion, stipulations like this are fucking dumb, because Lynch is going to end up losing the belt in a few months anyways, and Lyra is going to be thrown right back into the mix. I get it. It adds something to it. They've had
Makes you go,
matches
ooh.
before. Yeah, it's an
And
added
so-
stipulation. I care more about the no DQ, no count out than Lyra not being able to challenge.
Yeah, and whenever they add stipulations to that, it makes me go like, do you really care about this match?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to add something to it.
Because you had to
make
add that
it.
in there. So it's like, do you really care? Like at first glance, like I don't know if I really care.
Yeah.
Not that I don't
No,
think it should happen, but like I just don't know if I care about this match. And so I don't know if the
100%.
stipulation makes it anything. But you're right. I think Becky Lynch wins. I think it's a good match, but I think it's the easy pop, easy win.
I think Lynch she's been great with the belt. I think also Lyra Valkyria she's creeping up into the conversations of like one of the best, like better NXT call-ups in recent
Becky's
memory.
helped her a lot along the way.
She's helped her a lot along the way, but
For
Lyra's
sure.
also carried her. Like her match quality, like every match of hers that I watch, I'm like, oh damn, she is really fucking good. I do think Lynch wins, continues this reign, because she's the bigger name. And I said this when she beat Lyra for it. I was pushing for it since back at Backlash when they had their first match. This is a new belt. Lyra did fine with it, but having a big name like Becky really just like cement the legacy of it early on and just like really build up the prestige of it is so essential. And I think having her continue that will do wonders for the belt and for the I think it'll do wonders for the future of that division and the belt itself. Lyra, I think, will at some point, she honestly should graduate to going after world championships at some point, because she's that good, I think. But I think Becky Lynch winning here there's nothing wrong with it. It'll be a good match, that's for damn sure. And not we have two matches left now. Okay. So we have the Women's World Championship.
That's my favorite match of the night.
This match, I'm gonna have beef with WWE if there's anyone but Naomi that wins this. So it's Naomi versus Rhea versus Io Sky. As we all know, Naomi cashed in during Io Sky, which has gone down as if cage match. Do you know what cage match is, Kyle? It's like the online like rating, like fans can like put their reviews for matches, like give I think you can give up to 10, like it's out of 10, whatever.
Right.
This is at least the last time I checked, the highest rated women's match in WWE history. And I think it crept into the top 20 all time. It was a phenomenal match. It was a phenomenal match that was capped off by just the craziest, most unpredictable ending, because I said earlier, I thought Naomi was going to cash in that briefcase on Jade, on Tiffany during that match. I thought that was the feud, but she inserted herself here, shocked everyone by doing this. And now she's defending it against both. You gave her the big moment. She won the briefcase. She is having the best year of her WWE career. If they end it after a month of her being a champion, I will be irate. I love Io Sky. I think she is the best, not only the best female wrestler in the company, I think she is arguably the best wrestler in WWE. She is fucking unbelievable. When she has the belt, she doesn't get put on TV. She doesn't defend it. They don't treat her well with the belt. So honestly, I'd rather her without the belt because I get to see her wrestle more. Rhea Ripley, God, she's great, man. But like, we have gone to a point where it's a little like, okay, we can take a step back here. Like, I get she's the big name. You want her in these big matches, but give her a little time off from the world championship picture. I've seen her in every world championship match. I feel like that has involved this belt. Have her go after something else. Have her feud with someone else. Naomi, you don't end this. You don't end this reign. You don't end this momentum. She has said previously, I think we even talked about this because you asked me like what her future was like if she was going to be retiring, because that was, a rumor going around. She might not be around for much longer. She's talked about how she wants to have a family and wants to have, start a family with Jimmy. And if that's the case, that's amazing, and she should absolutely do that. But this is her last run if that's the case, and we need to keep this going. She's done incredible work. I do not want it to end. I'll be actually pissed if she loses at SummerSlam.
I think that Naomi wins. I think it stays there. I would love to see Io Sky win. I think I just
If
her
someone else
pops
is going to win,
the
it's
way the
her.
way she enters. We were in Monday Night Raw. We were in a suite. Yeah, I feel like I have to do it every time I say her name. It's almost like LA Night. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in a suite for Monday Night Raw. And it was like a ticket drop. Like it wasn't
Yep.
like it was a fancy. And like there were like children crying out of pure excitement when she came out. Like I swear, like it was incredible. Like my wife and I
Yeah.
looked at each other like, wow. It's just so she's got it. She's over, but I think Naomi holds it. I think this is her run, and I think it's when that title changes hands, it's
Yep.
because she's ready for it to change hands, and
Right.
she's earned that. And I
And
agree with your
that's
Rhea
the
take.
thing. She's earned it. Like she's earned this
Sure,
run. Like you can't say that she didn't deserve it. And it would be a shitty feeling like having her get that and just for it to end as quick as it could at SummerSlam.
we were at WrestleMania, and when she broke out into caution, like all that, the gimmick changed. We were sitting next to a kid, and he was like, he broke it all down for me because my wife was like, why is the song different?" And he went through everything, and my
That's
wife was
awesome.
impressed with like, "Oh, okay, this is like really like she was involved, she was invested then." So I just don't think WrestleMania to now is enough time for this to go away. So I
Yeah.
think it stays with Naomi.
100%. All right. Glad we're on the same page there. If there is someone that's going to win, like, is it Naomi? I'd want it to be Io as
Has to win.
well,
Has to be.
but it should be Naomi. All right. Last match. And this is going to be the biggest talking point. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. There's going to be something that happens. Street fight, no disqualification, last match, main event of the whole show. It's a matter of what's going to happen. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to list out what I think the possible
Listed, baby.
options are here. John Cena beats Cody Rhodes clean. That could happen. I don't think that should happen. Could happen. Cody Rhodes beats John Cena clean, ties the series 1-1. Cody Rhodes turns heel, double turn. He turns heel. John Cena goes back to being a face. We get that swap. Next one, The Rock shows up and assists in Cody Rhodes turning
Boo.
heel. I'm
Boo.
not. This isn't a ranking, guys. I'm just listing the possibilities. We always have to keep The Rock in these conversations as much as we don't want to. The Rock comes out and helps John Cena, and maybe we get a continuation there. I don't know. And how could I forget this? The last option I have. Seth Rollins comes in and cashes in the Money in the Bank during the match. Heist of the
Boo.
Century 2. Now, out of all those scenarios I list to you, Kyle, are any of those do any of those stand out to you? Or are there any scenarios that you think I didn't mention that you think could possibly happen?
No, I think you're right. There's got to be someone that comes out to help, right? There has to be. There's got to be something. But I think The Rock and Travis. I think you kill that with Travis Scott.
I'm cool with that.
Like
I'm with
you
you.
can't just substitute kill off a character and bring someone back for season two. This isn't a reality TV show. You know what I
Oh,
mean? You can't bring back a character.
well, the way WWE has been writing
Oh,
this
sure,
shit
Unreal.
lately.
Tune in July 29th.
That's no
Um,
plug. We're not sponsored.
we're not sponsored.
No.
No, I don't know. I don't. I think Cody is willing to take it a step further, and I don't know. I don't like John Cena's bumps with belts.
It's awful. I don't like much about this reign.
He throws the hands are all the way up, and there's like 5 feet out. So I don't know. I don't know
it's
how
very
he's going to
protected.
do in a street fight. I don't know if he's willing to put his body on the line as much as Cody is in
I
a
think
street fight.
Cody will definitely be the one taking more of the big bumps
Right,
through
which is like,
tables or whatever, chair shots, whatever it may be. John Cena, Cody Rhodes did do a splash to John Cena through a table, and it was one of the funniest splashes I think I've ever seen. He was in his suit from top to bottom, but he was just like so stiff, and he was just like just 5-star, just spread out.
We're gonna land this perfectly and not hurt John Cena on his retirement tour.
That's exactly what it was. I'm with you. Like The Rock and Travis Scott, like actually can go suck a dick. Like they can go fuck themselves. Like I think they genuinely are that happening is a reason why AEW like got so hot and the switch got flipped. I really do believe that shitty ending to WrestleMania kickstarted that. Rock and Travis Scott are out. They done. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I genuinely think, Kyle, I don't think Cody Rhodes doesn't lose to John Cena because in whatever way, because he's already lost to John Cena. I don't think you have him lose twice in a row to Cena, especially when the first time around was with Travis Scott being involved. Okay. You can't have him lose twice on your two biggest shows. I can see the heel turn happening. I am envisioning Cody with the black hair, just jet black, just in a suit, like back to his the elite days. I think that shit would be money, but I don't know if WWE is there yet as far as pulling the trigger on him becoming a heel. I know you voiced your displeasure, and I heard the boos when I brought this last option up. I really think Seth Rollins is going to come in and cash the Money in the Bank. I don't think the injury is as bad as it is. If it was too, he wouldn't have had the briefcase because in every instance in history when some guy gets hurt,
June.
Yes, but they've never run with that story before. I think if he was seriously hurt, they would have just gone about it and how they always have. Maybe it's different this time. I'm in the camp. My belief right now is that he's not. Does he have a slight injury? Maybe, but it's not worth him being out for that long. You have an opportunity to, like what Naomi did with the women's championship. You expect Seth Rollins to prevent CM Punk from winning the world championship or beating it off of him after he beats Gunther and then ruining his moment. Swerve everyone again. Have him get involved with Cody Cena because in this case, Seth now has what I believe is the most prestigious belt in wrestling. You give him the World Heavyweight Championship, it's a world title, but like the way you're pushing Rollins, he just beat Roman, he's with Heyman. Give him the WWE Championship, the top belt. And by doing this, you get him in the mix there. Cena, you can get him back to being a face. You can still run with that. And Cody remains a face, but maybe you start planting seeds of him turning heel down the line. Because again, I don't think he's there yet. In my opinion, I think if all considering Seth actually can do this, I think that makes the most sense as far as covering your tracks and giving Seth the big win and giving Cody he doesn't get the loss. Cena goes back to being a face in time. I think it could be a win-win-win situation by doing that. I know I am very excited to hear your take on this, but I just have a feeling that that's what they're going to run with.
Yeah, so John Cena has to win. He can't not win. John Cena has to win, and here's why.
I am wearing the John Cena sweatshirt, ironically enough. So I feel like a trader. I'm trading on him right now.
John Cena wins, continues to ruin wrestling, and that is what starts the flare, the ember, whatever you call it, the McConaughey of starting the heel turn for Cody Rhodes. Cody is going to be so upset that he lost. He challenged the street fight. He
forced his signature.
He forced it, which in 37 states is a legal form of signature.
What state was it legal? Was it legal in that
It was
state?
totally illegal. If you knock out your other person and grab their hand and sign a legal document, it works. And luckily they were in one of those states. So John Cena is going to beat Cody Rhodes in a street fight. Like I said, I am not a fan of John Cena's bumps, including anything with a belt. So Cody Rhodes is going to get the punishment of a lifetime from John Cena, because he's going to be, you wanted this, come get this.
This should have been maybe the result of this, the way you're talking about John Cena winning, should have been how it was at WrestleMania.
Agreed, because I think, as Cody said, I want all color. I want all the loyalty. I want all the hustle. I want all the respect. So I think it could be you want some, come get some, which opens the door for the face turn, right?
Of course. Yeah, you're already getting
Cody to get so upset that he becomes a heel in whatever our next one is. It's escaping me.
Sure. Clash in Paris, I think, is the next event.
Yes. Yep. Because then he can go, and I hope we can talk about this after. He can go heel overseas, which is similar. That's weird. Where did John Cena turn heel?
I was in Canada.
Not overseas.
It's just...
So, I don't know.
Was it in Canada?
I don't know. I think it was overseas.
Hold on a second. Let's do a fact check here. I was like, I wasn't 100% sure, but now
my first gut tells me John Cena won it and then immediately went heel overseas.
Yes.
They did.
Yes, because they had the overseas tour right after. Correct. And that's when he showed up for the first time.
He really went heel.
Yes, Elimination Chamber was in Toronto.
Correct.
And then he didn't show up into the States until a while later.
Right.
Yes. So that's what it was.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they save Cody winning in that being an international clash in Paris. We've turned heel. Here it comes. And I will also say this: international have better entrance pops.
Oh, there's no question about that. There's no question about that. I think so. You think if John Cena wins, my question to you was going to be, who is going to beat John Cena? When is he going to lose the belt? So you're thinking if he wins, I think
he's gonna go out in Boston. There's a special PLE in Boston.
Yes, of course.
Which I will have to go to.
You got a cousin. You have a extra bed.
And I don't know.
I guess the bedroom.
We're currently thinking of Christmas plans, so I don't know where. If it's early enough in December,
we'll figure it out.
I might not, but I think he has to milk this and turn face. I don't think his heel has ever been like a heel. No,
I think it's been a very robotic,
correct,
forced down our throats heel. Besides the CM Punk part, I think that has been the only part of this heel run that I've actually been invested in and be like, okay, I actually believe this.
Right.
So, everything else, no.
So I think this heel run could run just a little bit longer, even a little bit past Paris.
Sure.
And then we taper it down towards the end of the year.
Sure. I don't think it would.
So we get through August, September, we start, here it comes. Yep. October, it's happening. November,
you're building
December,
up to it.
Whoop,
right.
Going out.
Right. I don't think it would be an immediate face turn for Cena. I think it's like similar, like you're kind of planting the seeds, and like we've already started to see like his reaction to the crowd, and he sees how they root for him. They're still cheering for him after matches, and it's like we're seeing cracks of face Cena, and whether he wins, loses, Seth comes in, I think it's going to be a slow burn to getting to that moment, no matter the scenario.
Which is why I don't think
it is
Seth
interesting
returns.
that you are all Cena here. I love it. I love it because
which is rare because I am not, and we're Massachusetts people, and I think Cena has been shoved down our throats. I don't think all of his titles have been deserved.
17 is
And
a lot of that's a lot
so
of
so
championships.
his 17 is a record holder. Can't take it away from him.
You're right.
But is it really?
But
So yes, I'm all Cena here.
conversation for another
No
day.
Seth
100%.
Rollins. Please,
all right.
don't give me Seth Rollins.
Well, I can't wait for us to record next week.
Yeah,
after
I'll throw
whatever
I
happens.
throw my remote through my wall.
It is
and have to
gonna
pay a
be
contractor.
I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about it. So we finished up SummerSlam. We've been going for a little bit. Kyle, if you want to, we want to talk about a few other things. If we have time, we can. We can kind of jump around some things. If you want to talk about some things that were on your mind potentially to close this out.
Sure, yeah. So I know we already broke it down, your AEW experience, my first match, my first
Yeah.
AEW event.
Incredible.
No knowledge. I knew who MJF was because of the scarf. Because of social media.
Stands out. Yep.
I couldn't have given you like, oh, he cut this awesome promo or he did this.
Sure.
So that I knew him. I knew John Moxley because I knew if it was a WWE counterpoint, I knew.
Yeah, you knew who they were. Yep.
I had a blast.
Please. Break down, like talk about it. Like
your vlog
experience.
was phenomenal.
Thank you.
But I Swerve Strickland fan. I'm gonna forget people now because it's been fresh out of my mind. Swerve Strickland.
There's so many people
Tony Storm.
I
knew Tony Storm beforehand because of wrestling vlogs and timeless. I knew that would be a lie. It was all phenomenal, man. And Adam Page, fan out of me now. That death match. You can see it in me in the vlog. There were just points that my body just clenched. Like he's not about to do that, right? Oh my God, he's turning the chairs. It was just what AEW is doing right now, and I hate the wrestling community for doing this. AEW is in its attitude era. They are giving you the things you haven't seen in a while, and your old wrestling heads are going to say, well, you don't need to do that. Well, you did 20 years ago. You did 30 years ago. And it's the nostalgia we all crave. WWE is just putting in their old – they're giving us the Attitude Era pops, the entrances, the Stone Colds, the Rocks, all of that. AEW is giving you the content of an Attitude Era.
You're not seeing a death match like that in WWE anymore.
Not anymore.
Ever.
You're not.
Never.
You might see it in the raw footage. If you look back, I say I haven't seen a bloody face
since
like Moxley's since Austin.
Yeah, no, and
they put it on T-shirts now. I have the Austin T-shirt from WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, it's incomparable, and we've talked about this. I've talked about this on YouTube, Twitter, whatever. It's like that's two very different things in what they give you. WWE is sports entertainment. AEW is wrestling, and it could be hardcore wrestling. You're not going to see AEW matches in WWE. You're not going to see WWE matches in AEW. You're more likely to see a WWE-esque match in AEW compared to the other way around. But in what you're saying, like, and people are going to get this twisted because people take things and twist everything.
That's fine.
You're not saying that AEW is at the peak popularity of what the Attitude Era was. Because no one could ever touch that. That was
Well, that's a
wrestling.
different sign. There's technology in social media now.
1,000. I think nowadays with social media and how they're able to be broadcasted, and not even just homes, but just iPhones, and you see clips everywhere and stuff. We're at a point in wrestling where it's never been as popular as it is now because it's so easy to share it and access it and everything. And it wasn't like that back in the day. But as far as what you're saying, the matches, the hardcore aspect of it, and how they really cater to the fans, because AEW does do that, at least a lot more than WWE does. That's where you see the similarities, and I think that's a great comparison. I think I know what's going to be the second half of our title SummerSlam predictions. AEW is in their Attitude Era right now. I think that is a great take.
It's funny to me when I see people talking about it because I didn't know much about Cody's. I was at Cody's return at 38. Yeah, I didn't know much about his heel turn
story of everything. Yeah,
right. I just remembered him from how we all remembered him, and so
Stardust.
Yeah, I was gonna. You know what? I was gonna Cody in the third realm where you see this. I was gonna spare you Stardust. But here's my thing. Penta AEW,
Yep.
Cody AEW, and then they
Talk it.
came to
Preach it.
WWE, and it's like, oh my, they're
The
huge
biggest stars
pops.
ever.
But if you talk to someone about WWE, about the AEW wrestlers, oh, they don't wrestle there and blah 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 blah. But if they switch, you love them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we have some hypocrites on our hands.
It
AEW is totally fine. And I bet you New Japan is unreal. I just have a child and don't have the time to wake up and watch it.
it is a that is a
WWE
commitment
is
and a half.
amazing, but they're better storytellers. They
Mm-hmm.
have more of the entertainment budget, and
100%.
AEW isn't there yet.
They got bought out for $9 billion. Like, of course, their production is going to be better. All this stuff is good.
100%.
It's just how it is. Of course, it's going to be 100%. No, I love that, and I wanted to talk a little bit. We were talking about AEW. You getting into it now and stuff. We could talk kind of segue into TNA because they did have Slammiversary
Sure.
last weekend. Basically, it's at TNXT at this point. Like it's just total nonstop, whatever XT and NXT stands for. I don't fucking know. NXT has the top championships in TNA, which listen, since they did this partnership, WWE and TNA, NXT and TNA, it was bound to happen. You knew it wasn't going to be just we're just going to trade some people here and there. They're building up this war now. I think we're building up to a big NXT versus TNA pay-per-view. Because I was at the TNA tapings in Kingston, Rhode Island this past Thursday and Friday. So if you were there and you saw me, you came up to me, talked to me, I appreciate you. I had a great time talking to everyone there. I saw some people in the comments of the last video saying that they saw me there. So it was great seeing you. But TNA is all their titles are held by NXT people. As we saw, Trick Williams is still the TNA champion, defending it against Santana and Joe Hendry. And JC Jane defeated Slamovich for the belt. So it's TNA, I think, is TNA is fun. Okay. I want to give just quick 2 cents about my thoughts on TNA because when I was at the show, there were people around me that I was overhearing saying, like, if TNA had the budget or like the TV presence and opportunity that AEW has, they would be just as good. I respectfully disagree with that because TNA is great and I think it is fun, but comparatively speaking, I had a great time when I was there. I had so much fun. It was like a 400 person arena. The intimacy is amazing, but like you can't compare it to companies like WWE and AEW. And I think they're doing this whole story now with WWE, the war, like I mentioned, but I think it is like they're just there, and I think eventually WWE is gonna buy them out. I think that's the direction we're going down. And when I was there, bro, like everyone's there for the I don't want to say nostalgia acts, but like for the bigger names that are known from other companies. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, bro, I can't even explain to you the pop that place got. I wasn't even close to the next person up. TNA is fun, but I don't think it should be considered on the level as other promotions, especially when you have those little I don't know if you saw at Slammiversary, they cut to the backstage interview
Oh,
like 10 seconds
five,
before it was posted.
4, 3, and I was like, oh,
Things
this is
like
gonna be a
that.
cool. And I was like, nope, this was totally an
And
accident.
and also I'm there and like so I can see the screen like what you would see on TV and like the lighting was awful. The mics were awful. Like it was like so many things were just like not right. And you get a bigger budget production company, those things get better, but like I don't know. It's fun, but I don't think it's in the conversation with those other companies. Not to slight them or anything.
Yeah, I bring back Enzo Amore, real one. It was great to
he
see.
he hasn't
Hey,
lost a step, that's for sure.
has mic skills of a madman. I love him on a mic.
Mm-hmm.
Bully Ray's promo, kind of,
Eh.
you know, he could have just kind of came out, said it, and left, but
Mm-hmm.
he kind of rambled and took an extra moment.
That
But
sounds like something he would do.
I would love to see one more Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys match. I think
Well,
it'd be great if they do. I mean, or is it kind of is that the Happy Gilmore 2 of wrestling matches, where
I
there
mean,
is no
listen,
way it lives up to the excitement that you remember, or is
I
that what Edge? No, never mind.
you have to go in. with the expectations that it's not going to be at that level. I think if you go in, first of all, I'm happy you brought that up because that Bound for Glory is in Lowell, Massachusetts, and that is where they're saying that this match could happen. If that's the case, I'm definitely going to be looking to go. The Hardys, bro, like all considering, like no way should they still be moving the way that they do.
No.
All considering, they still can go in the ring. I mean, they just had they have ladder matches every other month at this point, and they still fucking go, and they still are great in it. I think I'm more concerned about how the Dudleys are going to look. I don't know when the last time Devon stepped in the ring. I think Bubba Ray makes
He's been
appearances
saved
every
by
now and
Diamond
then.
Dallas Page.
He has, yes. I did watch that interview, and that's incredible. But I mean, the Bound for Glory is in October, so we would have a few months until the show. If they do the match, which I'd imagine they are, I'm going in, Kyle, with expectations as low to the ground as possible because I don't want to be disappointed. That's it. I don't want to be disappointed. I mean, I know I'm seeing all mid 40s, 50-year-old men going one last hoorah. It's not meant to be great. It's made to be nostalgic, to be you get your spots, you get your callbacks, people go home happy, and then they get their money, they go home. That's what I think the match is
It'll
going to
be
be.
sad if it's anything else. It'll be Happy Gilmore too if it is anything else.
Have you seen
Then
Happy Gilmore too?
yeah, yep.
How bad was it?
You know, it's
Be
not that it's
honest.
bad. It's not that it's bad, but it's an Adam Sandler. It's blended with golf. It's
Hmm.
fine. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't offend you. It
Yeah. Are you going to watch it again? Maybe not, but
it references
I
other Adam
can't speak
Sandler
yet.
movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fine,
Hmm.
but it's not Happy Gilmore.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make you cackle
It
like
was
when you
never.
first saw it. So that's what I'm saying is if it doesn't give me anything where I go, oh my God. And I think the Hardy Boys have it in them. It might be
Hmm.
one-sided, but we'll get the tables and we'll do all that.
Absolutely.
But
We'll
it's
get the
not going to
spots.
be on the Dudley Boys side. It can't be what it used to be. So it will
Yeah.
be from the Hardy Boys.
100%. 100%. All right. I say we'll close it out with some Dynamite, some AEW stuff, and then I think we'll call it. We'll call this first episode together, Kyle. But the only stuff from AEW I really have is this Wednesday. We are getting Adam Page versus John Moxley for the AEW Championship on Dynamite. No interferences. No one's allowed at ringside. Just straight one-on-one wrestling match. I have it written down here in the notes. Is it too soon to have a rematch? Because they obviously just had the death match a few weeks ago, and it's like Adam Page winning the championship. I get you have to kind of finish out this story, but like you want him to kind of move on to challenge new opponents. This is something that's typical of AEW for having big matches like this, even big rematches and stuff, giving it away on television like this. First and foremost, Adam Page is going to win. I don't think John Moxley is going to win this. That would be just the most diabolical thing they could do with having Adam Page lose. I think the match is going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot different than the Texas Death Match, of course, because it's just going to be one-on-one. Will there be shenanigans? They say no one's allowed at ringside, but they will. There's something always happens. But I think that match will be good. That's really the only thing. And also the other thing, I don't know if you caught Dynamite this week, Kyle, or saw this promo.
Halfway
So
through.
Will Ospreay, okay, so he was taken out at All In. He had at the end, they put the chair around his neck, they
Right.
stomped on him, right? That was to take him out because he's dealing with injuries, and we're speculating how long he's going to be out for. Forbidden Door is their next big event next month, and it's their crossover event with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Will Ospreay has been the cover poster boy for this since they announced it, whatever. So everyone's like, he's going to miss the show, blah, blah, blah. We don't know how bad this injury is. So he comes out on AEW and he starts getting sad. And it's like, we're getting to that point of like, I need to step away for a bit. Like, that's like the tone of voice we're getting, right? He said he's been struggling with his neck for the past 10 months. He has two herniated discs that have gone into his spinal cord. And he mentioned, like, I have just a tweet pulled up. I don't have the exact details, but he said like exact, like the discs it was, whatever. So he says all this, and I'm watching this live, and I'm like, oh wow, like he actually like they are writing him off, like he's gonna be hurt. He goes, but good news with the best doctors I could possibly get with AEW, I will be back for Forbidden Door next month. And then they did this whole thing. Swerve came out, raises his hand. Everyone's cheering for Ospreay.
Right.
Like he just announced his retirement, like Adam Cole. Like they were treating it like an Adam Cole situation. And listen, I'm so happy Will Ospreay is not seriously hurt. I'm
Right.
so happy he's going to be at Forbidden Door. But why did we have to do the borderline sob story, the oh guys, my discs are going into my spine, I could be paralyzed story, and then say I'll be back in 3 weeks? Those two things don't correlate. You can't
Well,
say you. I mean,
let me
I
ask
don't
you a
know how
question.
legit, but
Who's
it was
and I
ridiculous.
didn't see the promo,
Uh-huh.
but did he say the words thanks to the best doctors because of AEW?
He was mentioning he was going to be in the best care possible. I'd
But he
imagine they'd be
because
AEW
of
doctors.
AEW?
I don't have the exact words in front
Because
of
if
me,
that
but
was the
I might be
case, that could
paraphrasing.
be Tony. That could be Tony saying, "Hey, we take care of our wrestlers better
Oh, a plug to go with it. Absolutely. Hey, I wouldn't put that
because
past
of
them.
this." So I don't know. I didn't watch the promo, and I'm just taking what you're
Just,
throwing at me. But
just give it a watch, and
yeah,
just the only thing I asked for is to think if it was justified to do all that for a 3 to 4 week injury.
yeah. Well,
That's the
never
main
you
thing.
never need to do the Rudy Rudiger if you're only going to be out for a few weeks.
And also we've had
We just did
instances where
that at
like
All In.
people have had to step, like Edge had to retire, Daniel
Right.
Bryan had to retire for a little bit. Like we actually, like those were legit things that happened. And this is kind of like, I'm not saying disrespecting it, but it's like
You know what?
you're building up that emotion that it's going to be like that, just to
I'd
be
be a
like, nah, I'm
hypocrite.
good.
I'd be a hypocrite if the Seth Rollins injury, if that's a work, that's a sham, and that right there,
They're
I have to call them both. That is also a
Call it how it
weak.
is.
Yep, yep, both
Call it how
times
it is.
weak reactions.
All right, Kyle, I think we should
It's been a
close the
pleasure.
episode. It's
Thank
been
you for
an
inviting me.
absolute pleasure, brother. First episode in the books. Yeah, I think we
Smash
covered
the
everything we had to
subscribe.
cover.
I've always wanted to
Smash the
say that.
subscribe button, Kyle. If
I've
you
never
want
had
to
a
put
reason to
in the
say that. Is the
plugs,
button here?
please.
Where's the
It's
button?
it could be here. It could be in the middle of both of us. So if like you're on the right side,
I don't know if.
it'd be here. We'll
Ooh,
see
I
how we
think I have
form.
it. I'm gonna slide a little this way.
Okay,
Just do
do that.
smash the subscribe.
I'll do that right there, right
I
in the
like that.
middle. It's like a little. I was a Dragon Ball Z or something like that when
That was
they're
nice.
doing. I don't know. I
That
could
was
just
fun. I've never
embarrass
had to do
myself.
that.
Well, Kyle, get used to it because we're going to be doing this for the foreseeable future. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, checking out the content. We appreciate you. Hopefully, you guys stick around because this is going to be your new favorite podcast duo moving forward. So, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Kyle, thank you again for joining me on this podcast, and I can't wait to we'll hit some big booms next week when Seth Rollins cashes in Money in the Bank.
I will lose my mind.
All right, guys. See you next time. Peace out.